Hey there, it's Crystal Diaz here, and my goal is not only to help you sing better, but to also inspire you to discover the full power of your voice, both on stage and off stage in every aspect of your life. So I hope you enjoy this song tutorial, and if you want to go beyond singing and you want to learn how to use your voice with greater confidence and with greater impact, be sure to check out my podcast, Resonate with Crystal Diaz. The link is in the description where you are watching this video. In the meantime, enjoy the tutorial. Good morning and good evening or good afternoon, wherever everybody is tuning in from. I wanted to introduce you to a song. And the song is a song that once I heard it, I really enjoyed it. It's Oscar-winning Tears by RAYE. And she performed the song in the 2025 Grammy Awards. And I remember a friend of mine sent me the video, and I was like, he was like, have you heard of this person? And at the time I hadn't. And so I listened to her, and I was just instantly just mesmerized by her unapologetic style and her authenticity in the way that she writes and in the way that she sings. It's very empowering. That's one of the reasons why I picked it today. It's about her sort of taking back her own narrative about after being in a manipulative relationship, right? And so she, instead of continuing down that story, she's sort of taking it back and finding her empowerment in this song. And the way that she sings it, I think, really demonstrates that very well. It's challenging in a non-conventional way. When I mean by non-conventional way, it's not like there's a lot of high notes. It's not like it's, rhythmically there's some challenges there, but it's more like speaking and articulation. So the verses are very they're more spoken in a way, and it's rhythmic. And so I thought this was a great opportunity to work on articulation, to work on some of that spoken sound, bring some of those chest tones coming into you, work on our rhythm, and also have a little bit of fun with this one too. This is not a song you can sing with a very serious kind of mindset. You have to really let it all out, that kind of thing. So we're going to go through the verse and to the first chorus, and then if we have time, I will touch on the second chorus, which has more of an extended note. So I'm going to go ahead and share my screen. I hope you enjoy this tutorial. All right, let's begin. Now here, I want to play you the beginning part here for those who maybe haven't heard it before.
It's about to begin. Ladies and gentlemen, I'm gonna tell you about one of the many men. Name is irrelevant, height is irrelevant. He was 1 out of 10. I wish that I knew it then. I'm still recovering. Truly invulnerable. I love his sentiment. Quickly I opened up. I learned my lesson then. Thought I was safe again. Thought he was innocent. I was so wrong.
And then here it goes into the pre-chorus and then to the chorus here. So we're gonna break this down here. So you can see it is very much like pretty much like she's rapping, but she's doing it on specific pitches, and she's also, it's the articulation piece that I want to work on. So in the beginning part here, she goes, ladies and gentlemen, right? But because we have to do it in a stylistic way, we cannot go, ladies and gentlemen, I'm going to tell you about. If we try to over-articulate, then it won't sound very cool, put it that way, right? It doesn't sound like something we would really want to perform, right? So in a way, we have to change some of the articulation. So as a precursor, I want to show you a little exercise that I created specifically to help with this quickness in the articulation so that it's clear, but it's not over articulated. Okay, so we don't want to go, ladies and gentlemen, I'm going to tell you about, right? But we do need it to be clear enough so that it doesn't sound like, ladies and gentlemen, I'm going to tell you about, right? We need to kind of find a middle ground. So I created a little exercise here that I want to introduce you to, and then I will go into the song. So the exercise is, there's a few sounds I'm going to have you do, and you can do this as you are listening and observing the call as well. So it goes, Yui, Yui, Yui. I do think that there is a Yui Yui exercise in the platform, in the library. I think there is one set of exercises. It would be found in the coordination set of exercises in the exercise library on our platform. Okay, so it goes Yui Yui Yui. So I want you to really use this opportunity to play with the shaping of that, to loosen up the face. You might have to massage your face a little bit to loosen that up. Yui Yui Yui. You want to really articulate, use your lips to just activate the muscles in your lips. Yui Yui Yui. Yui, 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 yui. And so the pattern is yui, 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 yui. Okay, so that's it. So we're going to do it slowly. Yui, 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 yui. Go a little bit lower. Yui, 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 yui. And just really feel how this this loosens up the lips, but still in a controlled way. Like if you over control it, then it can sound muddled. So the goal is to really make sure that you can clearly hear, as you're listening to yourself, the two vowels oo and e. Yui, 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 right? And then you go faster and faster, basically. Yui, 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 yui. Then when you get comfortable, you can go yui, 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 yui. Just challenge yourself. Yui, 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 yui. So you're doing multiple different things here. You're coordinating through the bridge, you're coordinating the mouth shape, and also you're coordinating the consonant, the vowels here. Then when you get comfortable with that, I would go, the next set would be Louis. Okay, so then we're activating, instead of activating the lips as much, we're activating the tip of the tongue. Louis, 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 Louis. So let me try that. Louis, 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 Louis. Louis, 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 Louis. Louis, 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 Louis. Great. So we can go Yui, 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 Yui. Louis, 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 Louis. So that's the Yui and the Louis. Then the next few sets there that I want to introduce you to, slightly different sounds, is yummy. Yummy, tummy, money. Okay, those are the next three that I want to show you. Yummy, 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 yummy. The reason we're doing it here is, again, to see if we can activate the lips, but in a different direction. So just now we're going yui, so we're pouting the lips out. This one we're using the letter M. Yummy, 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 yummy. Okay, so we're going to do that real fast. Yummy, yummy, yummy. Yummy, yummy, yummy. Yummy, 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 yummy. You can start slow too. I'm just going a little faster to show you where I want you to go eventually. Yummy, 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 yummy. And we don't really need to go that high, because the goal of this set of exercises is not to necessarily increase range. It's more to practice, loosen up the muscles in the face and the lips, and to practice that clear but fluid articulation. Yummy, 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 yummy. Yummy, 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 yummy. Then the next one, when you feel like you've gotten a handle of that, you can go tummy, 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 tummy. The reason is the T, we're activating the tip of the tongue again. And now what I want you to do is make sure the tip of the tongue is really just lightly touching the hard palate, lightly touching the top, the roof of the mouth here. Tummy, 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 tummy. Tummy, 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 tummy. Tummy, 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 tummy. Right. So in a way, as you're doing these exercises, the goal is to do it so much that you're almost like not even thinking about it. Like you're bypassing the logical mind, and your body just starts to take over. Then the last one would be money. Okay, so going back to the M, and then we're introducing the N in the money. So then you're swapping, right? You're activating the lips, and then very quickly letting the tongue come in. Money, 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 right? So we're gonna go money, 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 right? So then faster would be money, 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 money. Okay, so that's your goal. Okay, if you really want to go a little bit crazy, you can put it all together. Yummy, 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 yummy. Sorry. Yummy, 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 tummy, 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 tummy. You can do sets of it like that. Okay, so those are just a few sounds and exercises that I created just to help you. That'll be very helpful for that articulation, but to articulate it in a way that's just enough articulation so that you can allow for fluidity as well. So how does this relate to the song? So now let's go to the song, and I'm going to show you this part here. I'm going to have a listen to that first line.
About to begin. Ladies and gentlemen, I'm going to tell you about...
So now, if you listen to her, she's like, ladies and gentlemen, not ladies and gentlemen, not that. It's ladies and gentlemen. So gentlemen is almost like she's saying gentlemen, gentlemen, gentlemen. Okay, so we have to bend the rules a little bit, right, in singing these kinds of songs. Gentlemen. Otherwise, we won't catch the rhythm, and we certainly won't be able to express the stylistic aspects of this song. Okay, ladies and gentlemen. Okay, so, and then I'm going to tell you about. Okay, so it's not about. It says here in the lyrics too, about. I'm going to tell you about. So here, one other aspect of that's very helpful for practicing is, of course, our anchor points, right? So I want you to pay attention to those as you're hearing it. Notice where those natural anchor points are. Ladies and gentlemen, I'm going to tell you about. Ladies and gentlemen, I'm going to tell you about, right? Next line is one of the many men, right? So it's like what we just did just now. Money, 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 money. Many men. Many men, right? It's just like money, money, money. It's kind of like similar to that exercise that we just did, right? Working those similar muscles. One of the many men, okay? One of the many men, like that. So it's, ladies and gentlemen, I'm going to tell you about one of the many men. The next line here is name is irrelevant. Okay, so I'm going to move it here. I do have lyrics that I've created for this that I will put into our platform as well, so you can have a look at that if you want to practice this song. Okay, so name is irrelevant, height is irrelevant. Okay, so here the main point is the accent on the re of relevant. Name is irrelevant, height is irrelevant. So you can speak it through first. Name is irrelevant, height is irrelevant. Okay, so this is all very much of that speaking voice. So look, you can see here, ladies and gentlemen. Okay, I'm going to tell you about one of the many men. Name is irrelevant, height is irrelevant. Here is a little longer. He was a 1 out of 10. So here's some, we're not going to say 1 out of 10. We're going to say 1 out of 10. And then you keep going. I wish, so the word is, I wish that I knew it then. Okay, so then what I look at is, where can I think of smooshing multiple words into one sound chunk, one word kind of feeling, right? So you can go through this slowly. I wish that I. If you've seen my tutorials, you've worked with me, you know that I'm often suggesting links, right? Link this to that, link that letter, that last letter of this previous word to the next word, right? So we're always looking for links. Again, it's to help with the articulation, but in a way that's still fluid, so that when we're singing, we're articulating clearly, but we're not getting hampered and we're not getting stuck on these sounds, right? I wish that I knew it then. So here, that's like an exercise, right? Knew it then, knew it then. Knew it then. Okay, so out of 10, I wish that I knew it then. Okay, so it goes. He was a 1 out of 10. I wish that I knew it then. Okay, so I had to go through this a few times myself to get it. So if you're following along, you're like, wait, how do I do that? Don't worry, that's normal. I'm just speeding along a little bit. It even took me a couple times to do this. Okay, so I'm gonna go from beginning again. Okay, it goes. Ladies and gentlemen, I'm gonna tell you about one of the many men. Name is irrelevant. Height is irrelevant. He was a 1 out of 10. I wish that I knew it then. I'm still recovering. I forgot. There's another part there. I'm still recovering. And of course, we don't say recovering. We chop off the G there and recovering. Okay, recovering. That's where the accent is. I'm still recovering. Okay, so let's just for fun sing that with her. You should still be able to hear this. You should still be able to hear this music here as I'm playing it.
Get comfortable and lock your phones, because the story is about to begin. Ladies and gentlemen, I'm gonna tell you about one of the many men. Name is irrelevant, height is irrelevant. He was 1 out of 10. I wish that I knew it then. I'm still recovering. Truly invulnerable.
Right, fun. It's actually really fun to sing along with her here. Okay, so you're kind of getting the rhythm of it a little bit here. Hopefully, I'm still. He was a 1 out of 10. I wish that I knew it then. I'm still recovering. And there's a big beat there. Bump. Truly invulnerable. Then you come straight in to the next part of this verse here. So here, truly invulnerable. So this is tricky because vulnerable. There's like 4 syllables here, but you have to go truly invulnerable. You almost have to vulnerable. You have to change it into 3 syllables to match with the music, right? Truly invulnerable, like that. So I'm not really saying vulnerable. It's kind of like I'm saying vulnerable. So really I should just change to vulnerable, right? Truly invulnerable. Okay. I love us. In here I put sentiment. So the word is actually sentiment. But if you listen to her and how, even for me, if I were to sing the song, I love a sentiment, that will slow me down. If I try to, again, over-articulate, this is an example of me over-articulating, right? If I over-articulate that sound, I try to hit it as it is written, not as it is, as you want to have it sound for the music, then we can slow ourselves down. So we just take it out. I love a sentiment, okay? Next line, take a breath. Quickly I opened up. Okay, so the only thing here is opened up. Maybe you want to link that together. Quickly I opened up, like that. I learned my lesson then. I learned my lesson then. I learned my lesson then. So even this, I learned my lesson then, like articulating it slowly and then doing it quickly, is a fantastic exercise in, again, articulation with clarity, but also with fluidity. And it reminds me of that exercise that I taught you in the beginning of this tutorial with money, 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 money. It's like you want to do it so fast that your body is just taking over, right? So you're obviously, you have an intention, but your muscles are taking over. Okay, so here, I learned my lesson then. I learned my lesson then. Okay, next line. Here she articulates, she inflects it a little bit differently. She goes, thought it was safe again. Thought he was innocent. Okay, when you listen to her singing it, you will see how she inflects that part a little bit different. So I'm going to go through that again. Truly invulnerable. All of a sentiment. Quickly I opened up. I learned my lesson then. Thought it was safe again. Thought he was innocent. So I'm inflecting then there. So that I'm highlighting the word safe. Thought he was innocent, right? And then this last line here, that's where she sings. She goes into more a sing-song way of doing this line. I was so wrong. Okay, it's very fun. I was so the word so has 3 notes there. So wrong has down, up, down, like that. Okay, I want to have you, we're going to sing it with her so you can have a listen to that little part here from after he was a 1 out of 10. I wish I knew it then. Okay.
I wish that I knew it then. I'm still recovering. Truly invulnerable. I love a sentiment. Quickly I opened up. I learned my lesson then. Thought I was safe again. Thought he was innocent. I was so wrong. I can't deny I was stuck in a daze. Terrible fate. It was convincing though. Very believable. The role that you played.
Okay, so thought he was it. So this part here, it goes, thought I was safe again. Thought he was innocent. I was so wrong. I was so wrong. I can't, and comes down a little bit there. Take a breath. I can't deny. There's an accent point there, an anchor point there. D of deny. I can't deny I was stuck in a daze. Stuck in a daze is another few words that we're going to smoosh into one sound, right? Stuck in a daze. So it's, I can't deny I was stuck in a daze, terrible phase. Okay, so it goes straight into terrible phase. Stuck in a daze, terrible phase. Next line here. You was convincing though, half singing again. You was convincing though, very believable. We go back to singing here. The role that you played, so played. Okay, so we're leading up to the chorus, and the chorus is super fun, trust me. Okay, so let's go back again and just play with that again from the same part here. Truly, I love, I'm still I wish that I knew it then. I'm still recovering from there.
Truly invulnerable. I love a sentiment. Quickly I opened up. I learned my lesson then. Thought I was safe again. Thought he was innocent. I was so wrong. I can't deny I was stuck in a daze. Terrible fate. It was convincing though. Very believable. The role that you played. So I'll take this front row seat. And baby, you could go ahead. Cry those Oscar winning tears. Popcorn and ice cream. Baby, you could go ahead. Cry those Oscar winning tears, baby.
All right, so I'm going to teach you that whole chorus, including the little ad-lib at the end there, okay? Because it's really, really fun when you're singing along with her. This is again the kind of song. It's kind of like the song that I did last month, Beautiful Things. It's you have it in the car and you just want to sing your heart out and just like let it all out, right? Okay, so this part here, I can't deny I was stuck in a daze, terrible phase. You was convincing though, very believable, the role that you played. Then we sing, so I'll take. We lean in on the word take a breath. This front row seat. So seat, almost like you're just talking it. So I'll take. Okay, so be unapologetic here. So I'll take this front row seat. And here, next line here, and baby, baby, you can go ahead. It's so fun, right? Baby, baby, you can go ahead. So just feel like go ahead, right? Baby, baby, and use. I would, anytime that I see like repeat words and it's like the word baby, it's fun to sing because you can use that letter B. You see me use the letter B all the time in exercises, right? To anchor into that sound. Baby, baby, you can go ahead. And then G for the word go. Letter G for the word go is a great anchoring tool as well. Go ahead, take a breath. Cry those. Okay, that's the next one. Oscar, take a breath. So these little breath points here are not like you need to take a breath because you will have enough air. It's more of a stylistic choice. There's another song that I did where we were doing that. I can't remember which song it was. I think it was Billie Eilish's song. Yeah, I think it was her song, where these breath points are not really functional breath points. They're more stylistic. And so here is similarly here as well. Cry those, take a breath. Oscar, winning. So let me show you what it would sound like if I didn't take those breaths and see stylistically what we think about that. So, baby, baby, you can go ahead. Cry those Oscar winning tears. See, it's different, right? It feels different. This one, if I go, baby, baby, you can go ahead, cry those Oscar winning tears. So even that taking that motion of the breath makes me feel like I'm going to go for it again, and I'm going to go for it again, and I'm going to go for it again, right? So it really makes you want to just dig into the song a bit more. So not necessarily, those breath points are not a functional breath point. They are totally stylistic, and you can try both. Try singing it without. Then you'll see how that feels. And so this is, again, another opportunity to show how like these little conventions, you can actually take these and put it into other songs of your choice too, and just see, oh, what if I deliberately broke up these phrases and took more breaths here? You know, what would that make me feel? How would that make me feel? And then you get really creative with your interpretation of different songs. Okay, cry those Oscar winning, take a breath here. Tears, popcorn, and ice cream. Right, so this whole thing is quite long. So after the word winning, you do have to take a functional breath here because this whole phrase is one continuous phrase. Okay, so it goes, cry those Oscar winning, bigger breath here. Tears, popcorn, and ice cream. We're going to bend up here. Popcorn and ice cream. Baby, baby, you can go ahead. Okay. Tears, popcorn, and ice cream. Baby, baby, you can go ahead. Take a breath. Cry those. Come back into these fun little stylistic breaths here again. Oscar winning, right? Winning. And then we take the whole thing down because there's a dynamic shift here. Tease, baby. So it goes almost like into that breathier sound. Tease. So there's two notes. There's 1, 2, 3, 3 notes here. Tease, tease. There's 2 notes tacked on there. Tease, baby. So that's how it goes. Tease. Those are the notes. Tease, tease. And then you stay on that same note for the word baby. Baby, tease, baby. Okay, those are the notes. So you can do it slowly, and then you do it quicker. Tease, baby. And then we hold on to the E sound of the baby. And then I'm going to show you and there's a little ad-lib here. She hums it. She hums it. But I think it's easier to start off to make sure that we know the notes we can ooh it first. Okay, so we're gonna ooh it so there's more sound coming out. So tease, baby, and then it goes ooh. Okay, checking my notes here. Okay, ooh, ooh, ooh. Okay, I'm gonna do slowly. This is again, this ad-lib here, for any ad-libs, I think on the platform there was a training where I talk about ad-libs. So this is something that you want to get into. I highly recommend that you do. It's really fun to break down ad-libs or these runs, rather, these little runs that are everywhere in R&B songs, even rock songs, pop songs as well. And you will notice that they're very repeatable. So what I mean by that is once you recognize a pattern, it's like you have a library of these different run patterns. You learn 1, you learn 2, learn 3, learn 4. As you continue to build a collection of these run patterns, you can actually mix and match. One day I will do a Mariah Carey song, Hero, which I love that song, but it's a lot of, I've taught the song many, many times to students, but, and it feels like it's complicated when you listen to all of her runs, but when you actually break it down, you realize that there is actually a very similar sets of sounds, sound patterns, that she just mixes and matches. And so once you have that library of run patterns in a way, you can actually incorporate that into songs quite easily. But it does take a little bit of practice in breaking it down at the beginning here. So here's an example of that. So this is the notes. Ooh, ooh. Okay, that's the first set. So I would go ooh. So it stays on the same note here. Ooh. And then this stays on the same note again. Ooh. Ooh. And then she has 2 notes. Ooh. Ooh. Like that. Okay? So first set is ooh. And then stay on that note. Ooh. Stay on this note. Ooh. 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 Okay? That's the pattern. And she hums it, like I said. And then she glottal stops it. So glottal stop is like that sound. And she has 2 of those sounds at the tail end there. So now with that, as I've broken that down, let's listen to that part with the chorus and all the way to that little run there, so you can hear it in context. Okay. We're going to go from I Can't Deny, the I Can't Deny, which is the pre-chorus.
I was so wrong. I can't deny I was stuck in a daze. Terrible fate. It was convincing, though. Very believable. The role that you played. So I'll take this front row seat. And baby, baby, you can go ahead. Cry those Oscar winning tears. Popcorn and ice cream. Baby, baby, you can go ahead. Cry those Oscar winning tears, baby. Oh, what a tragedy it did.
Cool, right? Super fun. All right, so we don't have time for me to do that high note there, but I wanted to. Well, maybe we do. I'm gonna go a little bit over. If you all need to go, that's totally okay. But I'm gonna go ahead since we've come this far. I'm just gonna show you that So this is the first verse to the first part of the song, to the first chorus, right? Then she sings the second part, and then we're gonna go to the last chorus, so towards the last chorus there, where she has this. She does a variation of this chorus, and she holds this extended note here. So I want to show you how to do that if you want to sing it up to there. I think it goes here. Yeah.
I'll take this front row seat, and baby, baby, you can go ahead and cry. Would you really go ahead, and would you go ahead and just cry?
I forgot about that part. That part is a super fun part too. Now I'm really not gonna have time to do this. So here's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna do it anyway. Okay. I'm just gonna go over. If you all need to go, that's okay, like I said. Okay, so here I'm gonna go to so I did not put the lyrics out here because I did not think I was gonna be able to have time. So I'm going to screen share here with this here, so you can see it, the lyrics at least. Okay, so here, same chorus, right?
Front row seat, and baby, baby, you can go.
So the difference here, baby, baby, you can go, and it continues up. Go ahead, go ahead. Okay, go ahead, cry, cry. This is a C5 in case you're wondering what the notes are. Go ahead. So head, lean into that, make sure you're anchoring into that. Cry. The cry, you want to open up into that vowel. Okay, because you're going to be using this as a jumping off point to the higher note, which is an E flat 5. Okay, so this E flat here is just beginning of the second bridge for the typical female vocal range, right? So it can be a little bit on the edge for some singers, right? For all of us, actually, for all of us, for that second bridge there can be quite tricky. So take it slowly. Okay, so we'll look at that in a second. So, but here, this is the cry. Go ahead, cry. Open up that. Use the vowel I to get to place that sound into there first. You get comfortable, then you can sing the word cry. Cry. So the word here is those. So we're gonna say no, no, no. So I'm taking that the vowel, the common vowel here for the word those. I know I need to sing the word those, so the closest vowel is O. No. So I use an exercise to try to hit that note first. You can talk into it first. That's how I've taught it before in the past. No, I don't want to do that, right? No. Then you can move into the word those. Those. So she holds the word those. Oh, those, and she holds it. Then she has a little bit of an ad-lib there. Da da da. So it goes da da da. That has a couple of notes at the tail end there. Those, baby. Okay, so it goes those, baby. Right, so use that letter B to hold in your air, because it can be easy as you're extending into the sound here. Those, baby. It can be easy to lose the airflow at the tail end, so you can activate that letter B to keep yourself anchored. Baby. Okay, so that's that part there. So let's go ahead and sing that with her. Just follow along with her for this variation here, that chorus.
Take this front row seat, and baby, you can go ahead and cry.
Okay, so you can even hear when you're listening to it, it's almost like she's saying thous, right? Almost like thous. Because when I have that little bit of that sound, vowel incorporated into the sound, actually, that can help open up the space, the acoustic spaces a little bit, which can help bring out the sound without me having to push it or to feel like I have to yell. Okay, so if you're doing this song and you're singing along and you feel like you're yelling, remember, you probably are. If you really feel like I'm screaming my head off, and you're loud and you're not able to control the sound and you feel like there's strain, then just dial it back down. You don't have to do it at the same dynamic level. You can just do it those, baby, and just do it that way. Okay, now here, let's see if we can break this part down, because I didn't really rehearse this bit, so we'll see how it goes. Listen to this this section here.
Baby, would you really go ahead, and would you go ahead and just cry?
Whoa, right? So it's complicated because there's some harmonies here too. So let me see if I can impromptu figure this out. Baby, baby, baby. I think it goes like this. Baby, baby, baby.
Baby, 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 would you?
Baby, baby, baby. Baby, baby. So da 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 da. Those are the notes. Da 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 da. Baby, baby, baby. Okay, the next part.
Really go ahead.
Baby, baby, baby. Okay, that's that one here. We're practicing this together. Okay, we're learning this together right now.
Baby, 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 would you?
Okay, would you? Baby, 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 would you? Up, down. Okay, baby, 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 would you? Stay on this note. Really go, I think that's how it goes. Let me go back again.
Baby, 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 would you really go ahead?
Baby, 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 would you really go ahead, and would you? Go ahead, and would you? Okay, so practice that. Go ahead, and would you? Okay. Baby, 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 would you really go ahead, and would you? Then how does the next part go?
Baby, 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 would you really go ahead, and would you go ahead?
Baby, 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 would you really go ahead, and would you go ahead and just? Would you go ahead and just take a breath here? Cry. Okay, did we do it? Did we do it? Let's try that again together.
Baby, 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 would you really go ahead? Would you go ahead and just cry?
It is fun when you are singing it with her. So we can do it slowly though. Yes. Baby, 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 would you really go ahead, and would you go ahead and just cry? Okay, so you have this on video now. You can go back and slowly follow it along. I'm going to send you the lyrics as well, so you can be able to follow that along and print out the lyrics to have that with you if you want to. And I can also play. I'll write down the notes for those who play the piano. I'll write down the notes of this particular section here, so you can play it out on the piano as well and have fun with that. So make sure you go into the platform and download the lyrics, where I will have the notes there available to you. All right, so that I went a little bit over time today, but once I heard that part, I was like, oh, I can't do this tutorial without addressing this super fun little section here. So these pieces are the parts of the song that I feel like are really fun. The whole song is a cathartic kind of experience to listen to her sing, especially if you watch her live. I have seen her, there's one in particular one that I'm thinking of in the Albert Hall. She has one that she did live there, and she does a whole bunch of variations. So the one I've just taught you today here is the one that is the recorded version, of course. But if you learn this, you appreciate the recorded version, and then you watch her sing live at the Albert Hall, you'll see how she stays within the structure of her song, but she also plays with it, and then you can just really enjoy how she changes some of the phrasing, and she changes her runs and some of the ad-libs as well. And it's really fun to appreciate that free version that she sings live. But learn this version first, the recorded version, and then you'll appreciate that even more when you watch her sing live. All right, so that was my prepared tutorial for today. I hope you enjoyed it. Again, we're doing our pop-up challenge this month, and we have until August 5th. I love seeing all of the posts come in, so I encourage you all to continue to also engage with each other as well. Be sure, as you're posting your challenges, be sure to check out your fellow members' challenges posted by your fellow members, and encourage them, as we are all stepping outside of our comfort zone and trying new things and sharing, and not just singing the songs, but sharing the stories and the meaning behind those songs, because that is really what makes music meaningful, what makes music a universal language, because it doesn't really matter what the language is, but if the person sharing it has a story that we can all relate to, we're all humans, we can relate to each other's stories, it can make that song highlighted even more for us, created a new meaning for us as well. Well, thank you so much for singing with me today. I hope you enjoyed that. And remember, your voice is so much more than an instrument. It is a powerful tool for self-discovery, for self-expression, and for sharing who you are with the world. So if you are curious to know how you can unlock even more from your voice, then be sure to check out my podcast, Resonate with Crystal Diaz, where we dive deeper into topics like vocal empowerment, confidence, speaking into your purpose, and sharing your gifts with the world with greater impact. So be sure to check that out. The link is in the description where you are watching this video. Check out the other videos on this channel as well. All right, until next time.